Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. And thank you for taking the time off your busy day today to invest in some home staging learning. Today's webinar is about how to make more money from your staging business. But before we get started, I just wanted to do a few announcements. Not sure if all of you guys must have seen already that we've launched our home staging report today. So if you haven't seen it yet, go to our website, www.homestaging.org.uk. Just scroll down where there's a big image saying report 2019, and then you can download it from there. And yeah, there's lots of amazing stats and very useful information that you can use later on for if you're going for a presentation with an estate agent or a property developer, or if you want to use the stats on your website to say how beneficial home staging really is. So by all means, make really good use of it, because that's why we created this, basically for you. Also, I'm just going to paste on the chat today's worksheet, which is basically like a questionnaire this time, for you to have a look whilst we are discussing all the topics in the webinar. If you have done it already, amazing, you'll be extra prepared, but if you haven't, you can always do it later on as well. It's more of a insightful questionnaire, so you can somehow analyze your business and try to apply everything that we'll discuss here to your own situation. So today we are going to discuss how you can make more money from your staging business. So we know that there are different profiles of staging businesses, such as some people focus more on furniture rental, others like to do more styling or decluttering. There are also companies that prefer to only do occupied homes, or on the contrary, they like to do only vacant properties. So regardless of your profile, there are several options to explore within home staging that you can add to your offering and increase your revenue. So this is, in general, what we'll discuss today with our lovely guest, Sanja Radovanovic. And Sanja is, well, I'm sure most of you have already seen her, whether on Facebook or for those of you who have been to the Home Staging Forum in November last year. She was one of the speakers as well. Sanja is an accredited staging professional master, an interior designer, and the founder of The Art of Staging. She launched her staging business in 2013 in Chicago, and she moved to Rome, where she lives and works nowadays, in 2016. She is a certified ASP trainer for stagehomes.com, and she also serves the IAHSP board as the European director. I'm very excited to have you here today with us, Sanja, because not only you're a great friend, but you've been a massive help in AHSP's backstage from day one. And
My pleasure.
I'm sure everyone will love you just as much as I do. So Sanja, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for attending this webinar. It is really a pleasure to be here with you today. And who doesn't want to make more money from their own businesses? And so that's the reason why we're going to focus on different streams of revenue. As a short intro, I would just like to dedicate 60 seconds remembering each of you that we're so special and different as individuals, and so for this reason as well, our business models and the type of services that we currently offer to our clients. So many, as you said earlier, Paloma, home staging professionals focus on furniture renter rather than staging only vacant properties. I think that every home needs to be staged, and to be honest, within the European scenario, most of home staging professionals prefer staging vacant properties. While I personally think that the properties and homes who deserve and need more staging are actually the occupied or so-called lived-in properties, where of course you will start with decluttering the space and then moving towards what an actual physical home staging service may be. So which services would bring us more revenue rather than, offering vacant home stagings or renting the furniture? We have the fortune of running our own businesses. So we are our own boss. And we decide when to work and how to work. This means that we are choosing the type of clientele, which kind of projects do we want to focus on. And this all depends on the type of the market where we live and where we work. It depends upon our experiences, upon our possibilities. For example, there are people who focus only on luxury home staging, and so luxury real estate market. Could I ever offer luxury home staging services if I do not own, a proper inventory? So if we start with looking at different streams of revenue and think about services that we do not provide, for example, based on the market where we live. For example, a huge portion of the home staging market, especially example in Italy, is focusing on the properties that are for the short rental market. For example, Airbnbs and bed and breakfasts, okay? So this would be one of the additional services that home stagers could offer to their clients. Different streams of revenue would also be office staging. Office staging meaning that you do not have to necessarily change the existing condition of the commercial property, but you could only and eventually optimize the layout or the existing furniture placement. But if I tell you that there's staging like seasonal home staging,
ooh, tell me more.
Another brand new term. And of course, all this is being so well perceived in the US, and it does work. I don't blame people for not knowing, because you can't know what you haven't been told.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that sometimes we are limiting ourselves, and eventually we would say, oh, this wouldn't work here.
I think it's important to always be very clear about the services that you provide. For example, you could be staging an empty property that someone goes, buys it, maybe buy a few pieces of your inventory, and then one day after they're leaving at the property, 5 years down the line, they want to change things a little bit or just refresh the interiors, whatever. And if they know that you provide that sort of service, they can always come back to you and say, can we maybe redo everything, or just bring me some new accessories, or let's swap a few things over. So people won't know if you don't tell them, just like you said.
Exactly. And I think I always say volume for value. So if I just call myself a professional home stager who offers, vacant stagings or stagings for vacant properties with a furniture rental, I'm already putting a limit on my services. Mm-hmm. And eventually I would have 50 colleagues or competitors in my area who might be offering more dressing. Mm-hmm. Think about how much space, okay, do we all need just to store our Christmas decorations and items.
Yeah, exactly.
And according to the market where you live, for example, in the cities, we all have those small boxes, and the properties are tiny. But who lives in a single detached house or in a villa who also stages or dresses the outdoors?
Mm-hmm.
You need a bunch of space just to store all the decorations and the tree. How nice would it be that a stager comes in and just brings everything? Mm-hmm. She charges you to decorate for Christmas and to bring everything from the Christmas tree to the Christmas, any sort of, accent decoration or accessory. I'd like to share as probably so far the last different stream of revenue, and the most profitable one would be home staging consultation.
Oh, I want to hear about that.
Yeah. For those who want to learn more, I really am here to invite you to join us for the next Home Staging UK forum, May 23rd, right?
The workshop, yes.
Oh, the workshop, sorry.
Yeah.
Where I will be investing more time and digging deeper into types of home staging consultations, why they're so important. And as I said, they're the most profitable revenue, additional stream revenue that would bring a ton of money to your business. So home staging consultations should be perceived as the first step of getting into the contact with the homeowner, either if it's a direct contact between you and him or them, or through the real estate agent. First of all, home staging consultations for those real estate agents who are offering them as part of their package are perceived from the seller's point of view as a special treat that the real estate agent is offering to them, because it shows them that they're working differently than the other ones, because they're taking care of you and of your property. Because that home staging consultation is going to eventually inform you and educate you on what is the best way to prepare that specific property before it hits the market. Mm-hmm. So home staging consultations can be verbal meaning that you as a staging professional would walk through the property with the owner and go room by room and mention everything you may think as an expertise. What should be right now? Oh, why should I do the consultation and then tell them what to do instead of me being able, to do actually the work for them, being hired to stage the property? You're going to get more work by educating the clients on how to prepare the property, because trust me, many of them don't have time.